Yes, it is okay to say no, when to turn down a role. Or even an audition. Sometimes you might get an audition and you don't agree with the material, it makes you uncomfortable, you know it's not something that you want to do or be a part of. It's okay to say no. I know a lot of times we feel like, oh, if my agent gets me this audition, I have to take it. That's not true. I wouldn't turn down every audition they get you, but to have an open conversation with your team about why this isn't a good fit for you and might be a better job for somebody else and not for you. You are always allowed to say no. Also, make sure that you are reading those contracts. We had a client recently and she booked something and she was on set and she had to sign the contract and they wanted her to sign away her likeness, her voice, everything in perpetuity for any project, right? So you think you're going to be shooting for one thing and your voice, your likeness, an image of you pops up selling something else. And maybe there's another commercial you were going to do or a project you were going to do, and they're like, oh no, you're already selling this online. So you can read your contracts. Make sure that you do. There's lots of fine print with AI. Things are changing, and we want to make sure that you're protected. Maybe you're on set and it doesn't feel safe. Maybe they're asking you to do a stunt or something you don't want to do. Maybe it's something sexual and there's not an intimacy coordinator. If there's an intimacy coordinator, they will typically be there to protect you. But you're in the driver's seat all the time. Protecting your values is important. I had a client once, and she did not want to say one particular swear word that involved the word God. And she was happy to say all of the other swear words that included the F word and many other things, but her values, what she felt, that was a word that she didn't want to say. Like, don't say it. It wasn't necessary for the role, but for the audition, she was protecting her values. And then if there's a lot of times before you audition for something, they might ask you if you're willing to do nudity. If you say yes, you're telling them that you are. It doesn't mean that you're agreeing to do whatever it is that they want you to do. I would be honest in those situations, but you can be on set, and if they change it, there hadn't been any nudity consideration, and now they want you, you can say no. You can. It's okay. I don't want you to be combative, but if that's something that you're not comfortable doing, it's okay to say no. You get the whole script, and all of a sudden there are things that are happening in the script that you did not recognize were going to be happening, and they make you uncomfortable. You can say no. Open, direct communication is the most important. Hopefully your team will know and understand. I said no to a role once, and my agents talked me into it, and this for me was a good experience. They told me why. They told me how I was going to be protected, why they thought it was good for me. I ended up agreeing. They were not bullying me at all. I knew that I could have said no and it would have been accepted, but they wanted me to take the part, and I'm glad that I did. But if you're feeling bullied by your team, bullied by the production to try to do something, saying no is absolutely the right thing. And as many people will hopefully tell you, no is a complete sentence. If you are ready to do what you came here for, we've got classes for you in person and online. And please like, comment, subscribe. I would love to hear about a time that you said no, or maybe you had experience like mine where somebody was able to show you why it might be a right thing for you. But I would love to hear these stories. So let me know, and I will see you next week. Yay, we done!